views expressed on this program are those of the hosts, guests, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its management, or other advertisers. You're listening to Transformation Talk Radio.
This is your moment. Gather together each week to follow leadership by example, love, and inspiration. Welcome to Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness with one of the most prominent naturopathic doctors in this country, as well as a leading detoxification and environmental illness specialist. Now, here's your host, Dr. Ronnie.
Hello, this is Dr. Ronnie, and I am here with my favorite co-host, Dr. Makeba-Moring. Hello, how are you, Makeba?
I'm doing great, Dr. Ronnie. This is a beautiful Friday, and I'm so excited about what we have coming up tomorrow.
Oh, what do we have coming up tomorrow?
Okay, well, first of all, I'm so excited about this whole 43 nutrients thing. So, I've been getting so many calls. The effect is wonderful. So I'm looking forward to explaining and having you explain more exactly what we're talking about. We have this great new company, and as a holistic doctor, we have been looking for years for supplements and things that can properly give our clients the proper nutrients for their ultimate maximum and best health, along with the detox and building programs that we do. And now that we found this wonderful company and this wonderful supplement, we're giving just this wonderful event this weekend on Martha's Vineyard, and I'm just really hyped about it. I know that our listeners would like to hear what these 43 nutrients are and why we're promoting this much about it. And I also want to give out our information so they can get in contact with us. Even if they can't come to the event, at least they can call us and find out more about it. So I'm just really excited about it because it's all about helping people get happier and healthier with more longevity and better quality of life. So I'm going to hand it over to you, Dr. Ronnie, so you can do a little explaining about this big event we have coming up tomorrow.
Okay, the first thing I want to talk about is we really do need to learn a lot about what it means to have 43 essential nutrients. And until I explain that, I'm not quite sure if all our listeners understand the reason why we're so excited. Well, first of all, 43 essential nutrients means exactly that. We need 43 essential nutrients in our life, in our diet, every single day to survive. Are we getting 43 essential nutrients? Most of us are not getting 43 essential nutrients. And that means we are lacking in a lot of nutrients. When I say 43 essential nutrients, I'm talking about many vitamins, 14 vitamins, 14 minerals, essential fatty acids. I'm talking about protein. I'm talking about many of those major minerals that we're missing. Like I know that doctors give out potassium pills to a certain population. I mean, there's like doctors are giving out magnesium, calcium pills nowadays. But you know what? We don't need isolated nutrients like that. We need all of them in a balance. And that is why I'm so excited about the 43 essential nutrients in our food and the capability. We never had the capability of being able to do it so easily. We're able to do it easy today based on the fact that this company that we're involved with put 43 essential nutrients in our food. Now, first of all, some people will say, well, that's kind of sad that we have to put it in our food, but we're living in times where we need it, so we have to have it. The only way to get it is to have it infused into our food. That, for me, that's profound. And I've been on the food for over 5-6 months now, and I can't tell you, I wake up each and every day looking for my food, looking for my oatmeal. And right now, this company have they're literally researching, and they have in their hands and process over 50, if not 100 different foods. But right now we can get a hold of at least 15 or 20 of them. I have oatmeal, and I didn't even like oatmeal until I started using these particular foods. I eat the oatmeal every single day. And sometimes I'll have hot rice cereal. I open up a pack of curry sauce last week, and I put it over my vegetables, and it was the most delicious thing. But I'm not even talking about how good the food tastes. I'm talking about the nutrients that it have in it. And a lot of people always heard me say over many, many years that there's many ways that we can get our protein. And I'm proud to say that this company, Yavo, have at least 25 grams of protein in most of their foods. And people don't realize today that we are protein deficient. And it's for a lot of reasons that we're deficient in protein. There's a lot of reasons that we're deficient in our macronutrients. One of the saddest things for me at the retreat is to realize that nutritional deficiencies, when it occurs, that it creates a chronic disease. It creates a chronic disease. What am I talking about here? For an example, vitamin A is so crucial to eye health, and it actually strengthens the immune system against infections. Many people get infections like at least 4 or 5 a year. When you start getting that many infections, you have to look at the functioning of your immune system. And we're talking about vitamin A being an essential nutrient. The other essential nutrients that this product have in it, and have many of the B's, I didn't realize that B vitamins was so important in our daily lives, and that was the reason why most of my clients and most of my friends, which I'm sad to say, have what's called brain fog, or have memory lapse, or have slow thinking, or have anxiety, or have, I can be talking for like hours on all the problems that we have that I contribute to lack of essential nutrients. Not only do I contribute this to lack of nutrients, but my colleagues as well. One of my colleagues, we do what's called integral wellness blood testing. And when we do the integral wellness blood testing, we may be looking for a specific deficiency, or we may be looking for a chronic malfunctioning in one of the organs, or we may be looking for a high CRP. But do you know that we find by accident a lot of nutritional deficiencies? So let me
Dr.
give you an
Ronnie,
example.
can I just add on to that, just so our listeners will understand how serious this is, because so few Americans realize how deficient that they are. That I even have my clients, after we do our testing, to go to their regular provider and have them test, and they find the same things. But what they suggest is different what we suggest. So what we suggest are whole nutrients, and we found those whole nutrients that can aid your body in the best way, that are usable for the body. And then after the testing's done afterwards, we found that those nutrients are then adequate in the body, and all of these problems that you were talking about, brain fog and lethargia and other things, are solved. So I just wanted to re-emphasize what you're saying, because so few of us out there realize that we're this nutrient deficient.
Right. And what causes nutritional deficiencies? Okay. Nutritional deficiencies is caused by a poor diet that lacks essential nutrients. Generally, it causes nutritional deficiencies because the body stores nutrients. Just think of this. If the body stores nutrients, therefore a deficiency is usually detected after a prolonged lack of that nutrient. Therefore, you had to be missing that essential nutrient for some years. Okay? So by the time we detect that, you are really in bad shape. So what I'm saying here is that, and I have to say this again, when I started eating this food, I'm telling you, Dr. Makeba, something happened to me. I felt better. A lot of people don't realize that they have anxiety until they don't have anxiety. So I, for some reason, felt
That's
like
so true.
anything can happen today. I just feel good. I don't care what happens today. I feel great. And then finally one day I woke up and I said, you know what? How come I feel so good with all these things going wrong? it's a beautiful thing. We're talking about giving your body the nutrients that you need in order to feel good. And that's what I'm talking about here. And I believe a lot of that had to do with the B vitamins. And, we're going to go on a short break in a minute. And when I come back, I want to talk a little bit about B vitamins, because even though my blood levels never detected B vitamin deficiency, I think I have B vitamin deficiencies. I cannot explain why I feel so good besides taking the Yavo foods. That I have not done anything else that would improve the way I feel. So I know it has a lot to do with the 43 essential nutrients that I am taking. When I get back, I want to tell you how you can take 43 essential nutrients for your body to feel good the way I feel every day.
To Sheer Alchemy with Leslie Fontaine on TransformationTalkRadio.com, and get ready to stir up your passions, remove your blocks, and shift into an entirely new existence. Speaker, teacher, channel, clairvoyant, Leslie Fontaine is a transformation catalyst who channels a powerful energy from source to catapult listeners into living the life they were born to live. Whether it's shifting from scarcity to abundance, from emotional pain into joy, or from illness into health, Leslie will help you step into the true essence and power of all that you are with the help of the Ascended Masters and Archangels. You will not be the same. Visit TransformationTalkRadio.com for show dates and times, and LeslieFontaine.com to say yes to explosive abundance.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@RonnieDeLuceOnRadio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Tune in to Prescience Life Radio with host Mia Simone. Mia is devoted to sharing her extensive knowledge on the invisible worlds of energy. Join Mia and discover the science of intuition and connect with your greatest gift. Start living in your potential today and every day by opening up to the power of inner knowledge. To learn more about Mia, visit presciencelife.com.
Wondering how to play the game of life and actually win? Stop wondering and start willing the game of life with the unique and incomparable Lynn Brown. As an intuitive healer and experienced business manager, Lynn can help you live your life to its full potential. To learn more about Lynn, visit ruintuit.com. That's the letter R, letter U, intuit.com.
It might seem crazy what I'm about to say.
Hello, we are back with Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness. This is Dr. Makeba, your co-host, and of course your host is Dr. Ronnie DeLuce. Now, for all of you all who just joined us, this is such an exciting topic because we're talking about 43 essential nutrients. Now, I'm just going to recap it, and then I'm going to give you the information that you're waiting for. So to recap, there are 43 essential nutrients that we need for maximum optimum functioning in our bodies. And unfortunately, most of our foods today do not have the proper nutrients in it, so it's nearly impossible to get these nutrients without supplementation. So Dr. Ronnie, our host and our expert, has been explaining to us these wonderful foods and wonderful this wonderful company that's produced these wonderful foods that have the 43 essential nutrients. Now, before she left, she was explaining oatmeal, and I know everyone out there is familiar with oatmeal. Well, this company, Yevo, has this wonderful oatmeal, and Dr. Ronnie was testifying, and as can I, that just with eating the oatmeal alone, we have seen vitamin deficiencies within our own bodies reverse and within our clients without taking any other supplementation. So this is really, really a wonderful thing because you come to us to detox, you come to us to improve your health, you come to us for longevity and the eradication of dis-ease. Well, a key in that is making sure that your body has the proper nutrients. And as we were saying, unfortunately, most of us have a lack of nutrients. So this is what I'm going to do. I want to invite anyone who's interested in having optimum health to longevity, losing weight, whatever it is, whatever your health goal is. If you're interested in that, you can give me a call, and I'll give you a free consultation and introduce you to these wonderful foods that have these wonderful nutrients. And I'm telling you, they're also delicious. So you can reach me, Dr. Makeba, at 314-398-8676. 314-398-8676. Now, I want to bring our host, Dr. Ronnie, back on, but before I do, I'm just so excited. The wonderful thing are these foods are excellent for everyone, the young, the old. The oatmeal is delicious. It could be fed to the very young, the very old, because it is fortified with the proper things that you need in order to have optimum health. And again, we are talking about optimum health. We're not just talking about a meager existence. We're talking about optimum health. So I want to bring Dr. Ronnie back on to educate us a little bit more. But I want you guys to make sure you have your pen and your paper to write these tips down, and I'm going to give you my number one more time. So I want you to feel free to call, get your free consultation, 314-398-8676. Now, we're going to hand it back over to our wonderful host, Dr. Ronnie, so she can give us some more goodies. Dr. Ronnie?
Dr. Makeba, I just got a text, so I'm going to answer this question, and it's a great question. And believe it or not, people really want to know what are symptoms of nutritional deficiencies. And, you know, when we was talking last week about doing this show, and we know we have to do a 4-part series, because I could talk an hour on just the benefits of one vitamin, and we're talking about 43 here, and so that's about 43 hours I can talk about the nutritional deficiencies and what nutrients we need to heal and what nutrients we need to feel good and what nutrients we need to lose weight. I mean, on and on and on. So what I'm about to tell this young lady, Lisa, is the symptoms of nutritional deficiencies vary, but let me just give you the top 10 that I see all the time, Lisa. What I see most of the time is the number one thing that you have to think of when you have fatigue in the absence of a chronic illness. Just wake up tired in the middle of the afternoon, tired for no reason, want to take a 10-minute cat nap. That's a sign. Another sign is weakness for no reason. I mean, if you ran a 5-mile or you walked even a mile, and you feel a little weak, okay. But if you just feel weak all the time, that's another sign. Pale skin. And I know sometimes people, I mean, it doesn't matter what color you are. If someone changes in their skin color, like because, you know, I'm a nut brown, I can look and see when my skin's pale. So you have to be able to have a good assessment eyes when your loved one or one of your family members look pale. You have to say, wonder if that's a nutritional deficiency. Here's a big one, Dr. Makeba, unusual food cravings. Like I remember I had someone at the client, she says, I feel like I can eat that bird that's flying in the sky. You know, I said, that's an odd thing to say. She says, I feel like I can eat anything crawling. I'm so hungry all the time. You know, that's a sign of a protein deficiency. People don't realize that. Hair loss. Hair loss is a sign of many deficiencies, especially some of those oil absorbable oil bioavailable vitamins like A, E, selenium, K. Constipation. Constipation is a huge symptom of B vitamin deficiencies. Another one is heart palpitations. Heart palpitations could be a sign of an iron deficiency or feeling depressed. Depression can be a lot of different B vitamin deficiencies. And tingling or numbness in your joints. And of course, I said earlier, I was so excited to start this food because I believe it did a lot for me. It made me feel happier. I don't know. I think that it's making me feel calmer, even though I don't think I have anxiety. But you never know you have anxiety until you feel better. So anyway, those are some of the symptoms of nutritional deficiencies. I hope that answered her question adequately. We'll be talking a lot more about the 43 essential nutrients as the weeks or the months pass because that's one of my favorite subjects. And Dr. Makeba, you know I'm writing this new book now. I'm on to my third book. But I have a fourth one that I really want to write about that's going to talk a lot about why we are deficient in this country and what we can do about it. One of the things that I wanted to mention too, some people said that another question just came in, and I'm sorry that I'm going so fast, but she wanted to know that one of her friends said she had her hair loss because one of the doctors told her she had a niacin deficiency. And niacin, by the way, is a B vitamin. And I always suggest, and she asked if she should take a B3 vitamin. This is how I feel about vitamins. I feel that the body needs to have all of the nutrients in the food. For an example, it makes me feel good when I eat the oatmeal or the hot rice or some of the other foods that this company have because I know that it's highly absorbable when you have all of your nutrients in food as opposed to isolated vitamins or isolated nutrients. When you do an isolated vitamin, therapeutically, you're trying to fix a specific symptom. Like for an example, if you were going to do niacin or B3, you would have to have by a blood test extremely low vitamin B3. Otherwise, I would say take all of your B vitamins in one complex. So we give B complex shots at the retreat for a lot of our clients, but they're severely deficient. But now that we have Yavo foods, now that we have the 43 essential nutrients, I'm going to decrease on some of those shots. You better believe it.
Dr. Ronnie, I think that is really wonderful, and I'm getting texts in right now, and people are asking, well, what do we mean? What exactly do we mean? So I would like us to expound when we come back from break, because a lot of people don't understand that when they take an isolated nutrient, which is a nutrient extracted out of a food, that yes, it's the nutrient, but your body can't absorb it all because it doesn't have the other nutrients to balance it. So that's what's just so wonderful about Yavo, because I get that question all the time. And we used to say back in the day, it's called expensive foreign. So you'll end up buying all of these vitamins, and your body can't utilize very little of it. So I'm so thankful for Yavo, because like you, just in a short time of eating the food, I already considered myself very healthy and strong. I have more energy. I have been lacking energy. I literally have more energy. So I know when we come back after the break that we have these texts coming in that people want to know, what more do we have to offer? What is this event coming up? And how can they be a part of this Yavo-lution that has started? So I'm real excited about sharing more information, Dr. Ronnie.
And I wanted to mention too that another reason, I'm glad you brought that up, you got to be careful with isolated nutrients, but just going out and buying a bottle or something. And I want to tell you this little short story before we go to break. I think we got like 1 or 2 minutes. But I remember one of my clients, she came in, she walked in, I hadn't seen her in a long time, and I didn't want to tell her how bad she looked, but she looked really bad. And this is just a really simple story, but it's a profound story because it can happen to any one of us. And she said, well, I don't know what's wrong with me. She says, I'm doing everything you asked me to do. I feel really bad. And so I took an assessment and I wrote down all the nutrients that she was taking. And this is an example of how you can get in trouble with buying isolated nutrients. And so I said, well, you're not taking this bottle of vitamins with this bottle and this bottle. She said, yeah. I said, well, where did you get this bottle from? She says, oh, my internist gave me this. And I said, well, where did you get this one from? She says, oh, my yoga therapist told me that vitamin D is really good in this product. So when I looked and I assessed that all the nutrients she was taking 10 times more vitamin D than she was supposed to take. And that's because of the label that's on some of these nutrients will say something like better brain focus. But if you look at the isolated nutrients within that particular vitamin bottle, you can have high doses of vitamins if you're not really careful. So you can't take oil-soluble vitamins without being followed by a practitioner. Water-soluble vitamins, you can just urinate it out. But oil-soluble vitamins, you have to be really careful. And vitamin D is an oil-soluble vitamin. You must have a blood test periodically. So I just wanted to tell you that, and I hope that answers her question. More when we get back on 43 essential nutrients and how you can get yours.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
Tune in to Lucid Planet Radio with Dr. Kelly Neff. This hit show will illuminate your senses and empower you beyond your daily stressors and hardships. Renowned psychologist and author Dr. Kelly will captivate you with far-reaching topics and amazing guests as you wake to the greatest version of yourself. Learn to tap into your intuitions, think critically about our world, heal emotional and psychological wounds, and follow your passions to live your dreams. The Lucid Planet. Welcome home. Visit lucidplanetradio.com for more information.
Enlightening, humorous, and compassionate. Listen live to The Kelly Ballard Show, insight and inspiration from the great beyond. Kelly is a fourth-generation medium and intuitive who covers topics ranging from grief, spirit guides, and listening to your intuition. Kelly can help you get answers and guidance from the other side with a little bit of humor and a lot of healing. Tune in to The Kelly Ballard Show, Thursdays at 1 p.m. Pacific Time here on TransformationTalkRadio.com.
Do you want the freedom to spend more time with your loved ones? Travel the world? Live spontaneously? Get ready, because the Chip Justice Show is here. Hosts Dr. Pat Basili and Chip Justice can help you build meaningful success while embracing life. Living a life you love is the endgame in this new, inspirational, and empowering show. Positive changes for a life you'll love. Tune in every month on TransformationTalkRadio.com and visit PositiveChangeInstitute.co for more information.
Are you feeling broken from your relationships? Are you second-guessing yourself about friends, family, and lovers? Tune into the hit show that's creating a buzz in the love-seeking community, Love Seeker Radio, finding love for your authentic self with renowned love coach Heather Lynn. Tired of dissatisfying relationships? Kiss them goodbye and power up your love seeker energy. Coach Heather Lynn reminds you that you can just be you, the beautiful and perfect you. Visit heatherlynncoaching.com to learn more.
We are back with Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness. I am your co-host, Dr. Makeba-Moring, and this is the Dr. Ronnie Show. Well, it's actually Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness Show, and our host is Dr. Ronnie. Now, we have been flooded with texts over the break, so I'm going to start you all off and try to answer some of these texts. And if you have any questions, I will give out my number again, and it's also for your free consultation. So everyone is texting, what are we talking about with these JAVO foods, and what do we mean with the difference of isolated nutrients? So we're just going to go over that one more time. Again, we were talking about nutrients. JAVO foods have 43 essential nutrients. This is so important because most disease is a direct result of being malnourished in some type of way. We are struggling in America and in the world getting proper nutrients in our food due to many, many causes. It's very difficult. So many people have turned to vitamins, and these are isolated nutrients, which simply means it's a single nutrient that's been extracted from some source. What happens in these situations, it's easy to overdose or not get enough, and worse yet, the body cannot utilize much of the nutrients. So the best way to get your nutrients are from whole foods, and then many of the whole foods are deficient. We have found a wonderful company that we represent, and along with our health program, we are giving you JAVO foods that have these essential nutrients. We are finding in very short time period our clients getting better from all sorts of health disparities. So these JAVO foods are really, really just going to take over. I personally love the oatmeal. The children love the oatmeal. Dr. Ronnie loves the oatmeal. But I want to give you one more treat because I know everyone's asking, what is the event that you keep talking about? Okay, this weekend, which is tomorrow, on Martha's Vineyard, yes, that's the island in Massachusetts, we are having a special JAVO event. If you want to come to the event, you can give me a call, and if you can't come to the event, you can email us, and we will keep you informed. We know that you want these nutrients. We know that you want the best for your family, and you want to be healthy. So before I bring our wonderful host back on, Dr. Ronnie, to answer some more of your texts, I'm going to give out my number one more time so you can call, get details about the event, and don't forget, you get a free 15-minute consultation. Dr. Ronnie and myself, Dr. Makeba, we have dedicated our lives as naturopaths to helping as many people on this planet who want to live an optimum life in the optimum health that they can. And it's a way to do it. But most of it's directly related to how many nutrients you have in your body and getting sufficient amount of nutrients. So just give me a call at 314-398-8676. You can email me at dr-makeba, M-A-K-E-B-A, @gmail.com, or you can email Dr. Ronnie at dr-roni-deluz, RONIDELUZ, @gmail.com. Now, we got so many texts flooding in. That's why I'm talking fast, guys. So please give me a call because I'm going to hand it back over to our host, Dr. Ronnie, right now so she can finish explaining and answering some of these texts we have.
Okay, I'm just going to answer. I got Michael's text. I'm going to answer this really quick. I think people think I'm the smoothie expert because, you know, I have I happen to think my detox coach is the smoothie expert, but this smoothie, I'm gonna tell you about this one I like. I'm gonna answer this, Michael. I would take a pack of either the hot rice cereal or the hot oatmeal package, either one, the oatmeal or the rice, and you want to put it in the blender. You're gonna add a few, I would say, blueberries. It's already sweet, so you don't really have to add a lot. And then you can add just a little bit of your green powder, whichever green powder you have. And then you can add a little bit of maybe, I would say, it already has omega oil in it. But if you want a little bit of a coconut oil, if you like that flavor, and add some almond milk, either vanilla or chocolate or whatever, with ice and blend it up, you've got the best tasting smoothie, protein smoothie with oat flavor. that you're ever going to taste, because it already tastes good by itself. But if you like smoothies, then there's your smoothie. And for me, that tastes like the best dessert. I would not call that my breakfast. I would call that my dessert. It tastes so good. So I hope that answers your question. And I'm going to answer one more question, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about why these foods are so important. First, I want to tell you what's in most of what's in these foods, okay? I'll give you an example of just the oatmeal, and there's just so many different foods. And the only reason why I'm talking about the oatmeal is because for me, it changed my life first. Vitamin A is 50% of your daily recommended allowance. Calcium is 50% of your daily recommended allowance. Vitamin D, 50%. Vitamin K, 50%. Riboflavin, 50%. Vitamin B6, 50%. Vitamin B12, 50%. Pantothenic acid, 50%. Iodine, 50%. Zinc, 50%. Copper, chromium, and it has 26 grams of protein. For me, that was the best. And it has the macronutrients, it has the amino acids that our body needs. And let me explain to you, with all of the nutrients that it have in this particular food, the fiber that it has was 8 grams. I've never had such a great colon until I started this. My colon was already good, but I'm talking about great, okay? So when I come back, I want to talk a little bit more about why we need these foods, but I just wanted to explain to you one more thing about this food. All you have to do is add hot water. You don't have to be in the kitchen all day, because you know I don't have time to be in the kitchen all day. So that's one of the things that I like about it. But there's so many different things that I like about this food besides the fact that it makes me feel really good. And I know my brain's working better. So when I come back, I would like to talk a little bit about what happened to our modern agriculture practices to the point where we now have to have this. Because I know some of you out there are thinking, wow, we are really at that place at the times that we're in today that we actually have to infuse vitamins and minerals and amino acids and essential fatty acids into our foods. We can no longer sit down and eat a good plate of food and be healthy. Well, the answer to that is a really big no. N-O, no, we cannot. So when we get back, more on why you should be doing this like we are.
Chris Stanis is a spiritual leader and healer and teaches a course on how you can transform your life through a meditation and healing system that will manifest your spirit's dreams. She manifested the Women of Wisdom Conference, the Women of Wisdom book, and this radio show. And she can show you how to change your life too. Are you ready? Visit the website and contact her at voicesofwomentoday.com. That's voicesofwomentoday.com.
If you're one of the millions of Americans suffering from anxiety, you probably know how powerless and out of control this emotion can make you feel. This is why it is so important to remember that anxiety is created by your mind, which means that you can learn to use your mind to uncreate it. Hello, my name is Dr. Friedman Schaub. My award-winning book, The Fear and Anxiety Solution, provides you with a step-by-step breakthrough process to understand and resolve the root causes of your anxiety and build a solid foundation of confidence and inner peace. If you are ready to take your power back, visit thefearandanxietysolution.com. That's thefearandanxietysolution.com, or call 866-903-6463. That's 866-903-MIND.
Naturopathic doctor, founder of the Martha's Vineyard Holistic Retreat, and author of the New York Times bestseller 21 Pounds in 21 Days, Dr. Ronnie DeLuce has helped tens of thousands of people, including celebrities and athletes, with her message of lifestyle change. Now Dr. Ronnie DeLuce wants to help you. You too can be saved. Email Dr. Ronnie DeLuce at info@ronniedeluceonradio.com and visit mtheholisticretreat.com. Dr. Ronnie DeLuce, your partner in wellness.
And we are back with Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness. This is your co-host, Dr. Makeba-Moring. Your host is Dr. Ronnie DeLuce. And Dr. Ronnie, I can't believe the time went so fast. We're being flooded with texts, and we're having this wonderful event, and the president's coming on the island, and people seem to be more interested in what are these JAVO foods. How do we get them? I want to be healthy. I'm getting texts of saying, one person said, I'm tired of being tired. Well, we have a solution for you, and they are called JAVO foods. We have already offered them the free consultation, and Dr. Ronnie has some more treats for you. And I just want to thank our audience for loving themselves enough to listen in and make the necessary changes. And that's the most important thing, because when you love yourself, you can have fun, you can love your family, and you can love everyone else. But it starts with loving yourself. It starts with making sure that you're at your optimum performance mentally, spiritually, and physically. So I'm just thankful that we have something to offer you. Now, Dr. Ronnie, I do want to share with our clients that they have a double opportunity with doing JAVO foods. They can get enough nutrition, and if they choose, they can take it further and make it a business. But our first priority is that you have optimum health. So I'm going to hand it back over to Dr. Ronnie, because I know you've got a ton of text, and as usual, the time is flying quickly. It always does that when you're having fun. So back to Dr. Ronnie.
And I use a lot of different ways to heal the body in my practice. Of course, you know that I'm a traditional naturopath, where I've been around for almost 25 years doing this work. So I'm usually a pioneer in a lot of modalities that I use here. But I tell you, when I was excited about the 43 essential nutrients, I still remember Aldrich when he called me, and how he had such a hard time getting to engaging me in this. And he said many things, and nothing really pierced me. Nothing really motivated me until he said, well, he said, it's 40, I knew you knew about 43 essential nutrients, and we put 43 essential nutrients in the food. And that's when I said, what did you just say? And he said, yeah, we put 43 essential nutrients in the food. And for me, that's what got me, because it really doesn't matter, because I know what that means. And I know that coming back from being a traditional naturopath for over 25 years, I just realized, is that I remember Makeba, when I used to give people like almost a cup full of vitamins and minerals. By the time if you had a chronic illness, you can bet you were going to go out of my office with about 15 bottles. And that's not just me, that's many naturopaths, because in order for them to therapeutically evaluate and assess what you needed for your nutritional deficiencies, usually it took that amount. Today,
yes,
all I got to
true.
do is say, eat this food. That is so exciting for me to say, you can now eat this food. Let's get busy with some other things. Let's get the nutritional deficiencies out of the way. And people today still don't realize how bad it is. Due to, I said this early, but due to our modern agricultural practices, our food today no longer contains the quality and the quantity of the nutrients required for health. Of course, the herbicides and the pesticides prevent the weeds and the insect attacks on our food, but it also damages the soil, the microorganisms in our soil. So our soil can no longer produce what it needs to make the food very healthy. That's just two things. Another thing is processing and refining can also do a tremendous amount of damage to our food, to the nutrient content in our food. For an example, I would say, and I don't eat bread, but for all those who eat bread, you lose over 75% of your B vitamins in that process. And we just told you earlier that B vitamins are crucial to your health, your brain, and your neurological system. So just that alone, if it does that to bread, it does that to most of our grains. We're just simply not getting the vitamins and minerals that we need to sustain health. The other thing is that we are deficient in, doctors know this, in vitamin D and vitamin E and selenium and some of those oil-soluble vitamins. But we're getting into trouble because we can't just go out and buy a bottle of pills anymore. We just can't do that anymore. We need to have a practitioner on our team in order to help us to understand what we're metabolizing and absorbing. That's why it's so important, Dr. Makeba, the food. That's why I'm so excited about the food, because it's healthier and it is by far safer than going to a health food store and trying to fix your own problem, because it's hard to do.
Dr. Ronnie, that is a very important point that you pointed out. Over the years of being a naturopath, and I know you can testify to the same, many people in their attempt to be health have over-medicated with vitamins. And they're saying, well, these aren't prescription drugs, so how can I do it? But I want to remind everyone that you mentioned earlier about a woman who was taking an excessive amount of vitamin D. So that's the problem with isolated nutrients, is that you can easily overdose on them. They become toxic to the body, and they can cause serious problems. The wonderful thing about having foods that are whole foods, particularly YAVO foods that have the 43 essential nutrients, that your body will get maximum utilization of the food, meaning that it can utilize it, and if there's anything left over, it won't be a toxic residue. It would just naturally release it. So it's hugely important that you get these nutrients from foods, and we have the ultimate plan for you. So as usual, Dr. Ronnie, I'm just so appreciative to be a co-host and be a part of this health and wellness revolution, because it's truly a time where everyone just wants to be healthy and fit and live out their life in the most optimum way possible without the dependency of pharmaceuticals. So the way to do that is through getting these 43 essential nutrients. So please give us a call, and I'm going to give it back to Dr. Ronnie, because I know you have a lot of closing statements, and we're getting texts, and we hope to see you on the Vineyard this weekend. If we don't, we look forward to hearing from you through email or text. Dr. Ronnie?
Yes, and I want to answer, I know I answered a question about this earlier, but I want to answer it again. Someone texted in about calcium, because I just said that we get 50% of our calcium from one RDA recommended allowance, 50% from one of the foods. Do you hear what I'm saying? 50% of the RDA just eating one of the foods. So if you ate two of the foods, you already have 100% of your 43 essential nutrients. And I have to keep saying that because I really don't think people understand what I'm saying here. So calcium, they wanted to know about calcium. I'm going to answer Jim's question. Calcium does aid in the development of your bones and your teeth. But that's not all. Calcium also helps with your heart and your nerves and your muscles. A lack of calcium is a serious situation. It can lead to serious health problems over time. Even though doctors prescribe it for bone health, don't forget that an abnormal heart rhythm can be the cause of low calcium. I hope that answers his question. I am so happy that he asked me that, because I have to tell you that I not too long ago experienced a severe deficiency of calcium and magnesium in one of my clients. So I want to try to end this this session today by telling people, if you have a chronic illness, Dr. Makeba and I don't do this all the time, but if you have a chronic illness and you are worried about yourself or your loved one, I am also giving you a 15-minute free consultation so that I can help you get on the right track. The first thing that I'm going to do is ask you about what foods you eat and how I can help you learn how to put into your lifestyle 43 essential nutrients, because for me, I think that is the beginning of healing any chronic illness, is what we eat, what we metabolize, what we absorb is the beginning of longevity and health. So please contact me at dr.roni-show@gmail.com. Text me at 774-208-2477, and be well till next time.
Thank you for listening to Dr. Ronnie, Miracles of Holistic Health and Wellness. Tune in every Friday, 3 p.m. for more exciting guests and surprising stories. Visit her website at drronnieholistichealth.com. Skype her at ronnie.deluz. Tweet at twitter.com Dr. Ronnie. Or call and leave a text at 774-208-2477.